Solving for x. To solve for x in an equation, the end goal is to get x alone on one side of the equation. For example, when we have an equation, we must get x alone. To do this, we need to perform operations on both sides of the equal sign to do this. We know that the value of the right-hand side and the left-hand side are equal. That is the purpose of the equal sign. Because both sides are equal, by performing the same operation on both sides, they will continue to be equal. Under no circumstance can you perform an operation on one side and not the other. To solve for x in this case, we very simply subtract 4 from both sides, and we see that x equals 8. This can get a bit more complicated, however, we still need to isolate x to one side. To get x alone here, we need to multiply x over 2 by 2. Since we are doing this to one side, we have to do it to the other. The 2 in the denominator on the left-hand side cancels out when we multiply it by 2. We see that x equals 12. Here we see that 2x equals 6. To get x alone, we need to divide 2x by 2. Once again, when we do this, we need to divide the other side as well. We see that x equals 3. These methods aren't limited to addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here we have x squared equals 9. To get x alone, we have to take the square root of both sides. We see that x equals 3. On the flip side, we could square both sides when x is under a square root. We see that x equals 9. Oftentimes we have to perform multiple operations on a given equation. We want to take the path of least resistance here, so let's add 2 to both sides. Now let's multiply both sides by 3. Now let's square both sides. Now we can subtract both sides by 5. Lastly, we divide both sides by 2. And now we can see that x equals 38.